When people say that cinema is a visual medium, they certainly refer to the action being recorded. However, they are also talking about the art of telling a story using camera and light. The choice of camera placement and movement, the lens and focus, and the way the scenes are lit can convey story as effectively as the events being depicted. Not just what is happening, but how we see it happen. As an illustration, I want to look at a scene from Fritz Lang's Metropolis. In catacombs deep beneath Metropolis, Maria hosts gatherings of the workers, offering them hope and compassion in their suffering. After the meeting, she finds herself alone in the dark. Unbeknownst to her, she's pursued by Rotwang, a villain. Notice as the scene opens, she's cast in a beatific light, haloed by some unseen light source. This turns out to be a candle affixed to the wall. As she takes it up, it's what allows both her and the audience to see clearly in the dark. When it threatens to expose Rotwang, he withdraws deeper into the cavernous black, but he makes a point of making a noise, so that Maria is aware of a presence she cannot see. The unlit tunnel offers nothing. A stranger is near, unannounced, and therefore threatening. Maria is put on edge. She looks for an alternative, but a second light source reveals a looming shadow. She stumbles into an unfamiliar chamber, and her terror begins to build. A hand from the blackness snuffs out her candle, and she's left both frightened and helplessly blind. But then a beam from a lantern reveals the room to her that she stumbled into. It's full of skeletal remains. Rotwang uses the light to show her and us images of death, to instill fear. He toys with her, as she can see nothing but the light when it shines in her eyes, or the human remains when it crawls over them on the floor. At last he grows close, and is half seen through the blinding lantern light, just a pair of intense eyes, and almost invisible companion skulls on either side. The light exposes her, and conceals him. And then what happens is possibly unique in cinema. Maria quite naturally flees, but where can she go? Away from that horrible light, surely, and therefore away from the man who threatens. And in what direction? In the only one possible to her, the one illuminated by the lantern. There is no other choice for her, and as she finds dead ends and darkness all around, she becomes increasingly dismayed, helpless before his driving light. And so, by degrees, Rotwang is able to force Maria into action, to corral her, to go exactly where he wishes her to go, to the confinement of his cellar above. She's finally trapped. And how did Fritz Lang make this happen? He used the available light source and the camera to chase and follow Maria into the room. In this way, the scene was lit not only to reveal the action, but to drive the action. Now that's telling a story using camera and light.